was making actually a reel on this topic, and when I was making the reel, I understood that I want to explain this even more. So reel to nahi enough hoga. I need to either make a video or go live, and I thought let's go. वैसे तो इस टाइम पे बहुत कम लोग लाइव आकर देखते हैं, बट दिस लाइव वुड बी अवेलेबल फॉर पीपल टू वॉच इवन लेटर. बट दिस टॉपिक इज़ very very important. Now, there are certain category of people who need a little more sleep or deeper sleep than others, and this is quite scientific, so you don't have to feel shameful about it, or you don't have to label yourself as lazy if you need that particular sleep. So first is when you are a highly sensitive person. Highly sensitive person doesn't only mean that you're emotionally highly sensitive. It also means when your five senses take in a lot of information and that information overwhelms your brain. So we have five senses like our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, all of that we know, right? So these senses are always taking in information. So if you're somebody who's always analyzing, calculating, and making predictions based on this information, and this happens at a very subconscious level, you may want a little more sleep or little deeper sleep, because your brain needs to rest. And a lot of times only when we are sleeping our brain is resting, and for some of us even that time the brain is not resting. So allowing yourself a little more sleep doesn't cause harm. In fact, it is actually good. But what is the solution to this thing? So it's very important for you to first build that sense of safety within your mind, within your body, and also to set an intention. Now our brain is a very good listener when we really set an intention. So sit quietly, get grounded, and set an intention that I want to focus on this thing. And that is when you know that you want to focus on a certain thing. Your brain will not be making so many calculations around every single input, right? For example, I also was like that. I am still like that in a lot of senses, but from a very long time that I've gotten interested into entrepreneurship, business, and coaching people and personalities, I have become very specific about what I analyze. So if I go to a certain restaurant or if I go to a certain institution, I would look at, why is this restaurant doing really good? Why is that restaurant not doing really good? Why is that institution doing really good? This institution not doing that good? So I have some specific areas. So I have just, narrowed it down a little bit. But there are times when I really want to analyze a lot of stuff. So that you can set as an intention that this is my main focus. It really gives a direction to your brain to think into. So that's first category. Second category is when you are going through a major change in your life. That can be change in a job, that can be getting married, that can be having children. Having children is in fact one of the most difficult phases, initial phases. When people have children, especially women, they go through a lot of sleepless nights. Okay, so they may want to sleep during the daytime, and if your lifestyle, if your work gives you that kind of permission, please do that. There is no shame about it. You are not lazy. Your body, mind really need to rest. So lifestyle change, as I said. And when I speak of women, women in general need more sleep than men, and there's so many experts talking about this, and I really agree with it. Because when I look at women around me, let's say sometimes I may miss out on certain details, let's say in the kitchen or in any kind of window or this or that. If you see there's so many people sitting in the room, there would be one woman who will say कि वो ऊपर वाला जो छत है ना वहाँ से वो स्पाइडर की जाली नहीं निकली हुई है. Now how did this women, इतने सारे लोग बैठे हुए हैं, उस स्पाइडर की जाली की तरफ से मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम औरतों का ध्यान जाता है. बिकॉज समहाउ वी आर वायर्ड in the caretaking role. I'm not saying caretaking is only a woman's role, it is everybody's role, but we are wired a little bit like that, conditioned. So देखते रहते हैं because they want to protect that clean food goes, clean things are there. So बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान जाता है. तो you see how much the brain is working, how much work there is, so much of mental and emotional load on women which is unseen and a lot of times unacknowledged, that we sometimes say that why is she demanding so much sleep, वो इतनी lazy क्यों है, या we ourselves call ourselves lazy a lot of times. You are not lazy, your brain is doing a lot of work. So giving yourself the permission to sleep or to rest is not bad. So that is one of the things. And if you fall into this category, you may want to develop certain calming routines for yourself. Places where you really feel calm. It can be stretching exercises, it can be reading a book, it can be just sipping your coffee slowly. So even these kind of things, or learning a little bit of breath work, or body based meditations exercises, also help you to calm yourself down. So these things work really really well. This was the third category that I wanted to speak about, which is women. So if you fall under these categories of, definitely when you are sick, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, we need more rest, we want to sleep more, all of that. The fourth category, which is totally neglected, is of the people who learn a lot of new things and want to make changes and want to grow faster in life. So what happens that these people are consuming a lot of information, or they're undergoing a lot of programs and doing things. So whenever new neurological pathways are forming in your brain or in your mind, that time also you need a lot of sleep. So students who study a lot, let's say you're giving competitive exams, you are wanting, so what they do is that, you know, they will cut down on their sleep and they will prepare for the exams a little more. But the actual opposite works, that your sleep needs to be deep and restful and nice. And rest of the things, you know, I am of that belief system that you don't have to sit and study for like 12 hours and all of that, but when you study, you need to study properly with focus, with strategy. So if that's really happening with you, then even studying with certain amount of focus will help you to build that neurological pathway in your brain, and that is actual learning. So mugging things up, mugging up information and just blabbering it out, it's not learning. And that's why I also say this to a lot of life coaches, that just don't go about preparation and preparation, that I have to prepare this for the session, that for the session, content for the session, how, what do I speak in the videos, what do I speak in the reels, okay, let me ask chat gpd and all of that. But what really matters is what you say to whom. No chat gpt can tell you that human who's sitting in front of me, what change do I need to make in this person's life, and how do I make that change so that the result that you see in that person's life is in their best interest, and how to do that. And there's a lot of information that we sense as humans that these AI machines can't, still they can't. So if you understand these unique things about being a human, you will be able to add a lot more value in the world that we are entering into. So look at all these things, let yourself sleep properly. Sleep is extremely important, and don't call yourself lazy for sleeping. So to prevent a lot of physical and mental health conditions, to prevent a lot of damage to your own mind body system, and to actually use your brain at its best, you need to sleep properly. ओके, सो अगर दिमाग का काम ज़्यादा करते हो, ज़्यादा सोओगे, एंड देयर इज़ नथिंग रॉन्ग अबाउट इट. So just, you know, but yeah, physical activity is also important. Also take in consideration that if you're somebody who's working in the corporate, अगर आप physical activity बिल्कुल ही नहीं करते हो, तो हमारे mind body की हालत बहुत ख़राब हो जाती है. I mean, I have literally felt that. So since last 1 year, I am back to working out consistently. When I was in my IT job and I was also taking all these certifications of becoming a coach, I was not able to be so consistent with my exercise, and I can see the difference that my body feels. You know, so abhi my mindset is that, you know, I may end up compromising on the money that I earn, but not on the lifestyle that I have when it comes to my physical and mental health. Whereas I don't have to compromise. In fact, the opportunities of having your own business and building a life around that is far more fulfilling, whether it is in terms of money, whether it is in terms of health, whether it is in terms of relationships. But the only thing is, these things take some time to fall into place, and they have to be done strategically. पीपल थिंक दैट कुछ ना कुछ तो कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करना ही पड़ता है, शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए करना पड़ता है. लेट्स से कि आपकी जो जॉब है आईटी में, आप 15-20 साल से काम कर रहे हो, तो जब आप अपना बिजनेस शुरू करोगे तो एकदम से आपको उतनी इनकम नहीं आएगी. मैंने बहुत जल्दी 2-3 ईयर्स के बाद ही फुल टाइम करना सोचा था, तो मेरे लिए इट वॉज नॉट लाइक अ वेरी बिग कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ दैट आई मेड. इट वॉज लाइक अ सिमिलर थिंग. तो जब आप वो करते हो तो थोड़े टाइम के लिए you'll have to compromise for a very little while, but once you have seen what you're getting out of the lifestyle that you have built now, you will understand the value of it. And I am somehow able to do that. And there's someone who said that don't judge yourself or your life till you turn 30. So I am yet to turn 30 and I feel कि मुझे हमेशा से वो चेंजेस करने थे मेरी लाइफ में जो मैं सस्टेनेबली फॉलो कर सकती हूँ, क्योंकि ये जो भी मैं सेल्फ हेल्प क्या सुनती थी यूट्यूब पर, मॉर्निंग रूटीन्स, दिस दैट रूटीन्स, they never worked for me, and that is why I got more interested and curious into this industry. And I got to know one size doesn't fit all. तो जो भी हम लोग प्रोग्राम्स डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं सेल्फ लीडरशिप एकेडमी में, अगर वो ग्रुप प्रोग्राम है, ग्रुप वर्कशॉप है, इट विल बी वेरी वेरी टारगेटेड. तो न्यूरो एज इज़ द न्यू program, a group workshop that's happening, and it is going to happen. The course is 8 sessions long. So 1st July से start होगा. 1st July से there will be 8 group sessions and there will be one-on-one session which will be completely personalized, and this is for agency owners, business owners, leaders who want to work on their people skills and on their communication skills so that they can make money more out of it. So if you're somebody who wanted to improve on their communication and use that to make more money, then Neuro is for you. I will leave the link to register for Neuro Edge in the description of this video. And if you have any other doubts, you'll also find our email IDs. You can reach out on that particular email ID. So the question would be naturally ki, how does communication skills or improving communication skills help you to increase the amount of money you earn? So there can be two situations. One is where communication is like your core skill of the business. For example, my work. If my communication is not good, कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है मेरे काम में. So if you want to get better at personal branding, sales, if you are an agency owner or a business owner, you want to give instructions to your teams in such a way कि वो आपकी बात सुने और उस चीज़ को follow करे, तो वहाँ पर आपका revenue वहाँ पर बढ़ जाता है. बहुत सारे लोग सोशल मीडिया पर आते ही नहीं है, वीडियोस बनाते ही नहीं है, उनका बिजनेस जो है वहाँ से बहुत दूर जा सकता है. They know that their businesses can grow the moment they start social media, organic marketing, or even paid marketing for that matter. But the fear of being visible or the fear of people's judgment is stopping so many entrepreneurs or business leaders from going and letting their customers and clients know that they exist. So इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए I've made Neuro Edge. And second is, if you are in a job situation, if you're preparing for your interviews, you want to switch your jobs to higher paying jobs, what will differentiate you is a very big question. And a lot of times we don't have the realization with what will differentiate us really. And then your soft skills matter, come into picture as to how you will be more visible and how you position yourself as an expert or as a leader in your particular domain or your particular skill. So that all helps you to increase your chances of promotions and salaries, and that's how communication overall helps you to increase the amount of money that you earn. And I have added a layer on it by adding the money beliefs. So what are money beliefs? Money beliefs are the beliefs which can either help you earn a lot of money in your life. So I share some secrets of wealth creation in it, and what are some of the beliefs that keep you really poor or keep you in a situation where you're not able to enjoy your wealth or even earn it. So this is the combination of communication skills, confidence, personality development, and money beliefs, because this whole package is a solution to a very specific problem where you don't show up and then you don't make money. So this is what we are going to do at Neuro Edge, and you'll find the link to register for this particular 8-session program, and it's in the description box. So you can go and check it out even after the video is over. So these are the things that I wanted to share with you guys, and see you during our next videos, sessions, programs. I'm having a lot of fun here as well. Bye bye.